A very good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to see subject bioscience. In that we are going to see lesson 1 animal kingdom. That is the last 2 weeks we are discussing about this lesson only. Now we are going to see the remaining portions in this animal kingdom. Before going to see the today's topic, we are going to see a small recap about the last week. In the last week we see what we see in the last week, that is animal kingdom is classified based on the following 4. That these all 4 on the basis the animal kingdom is divided into 11 phyla that we see already seen in the last class itself. That is the levels of organization having cellular, tissue, organ and organ system level. All those things we had seen already in the past class, last class itself. Now we are going to see what is meant by body symmetry, germ layer and coelom in this lesson. Now we are going to see body symmetry. What is meant by body symmetry? That is a plane of arrangement of body parts. How the body parts arranged in the body, that is called as body symmetry. This body symmetry is divided into radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. Now we are going to see what is meant by radial symmetry. That is body parts arranged around the central axis. Arranged around. The word around is somewhat very important because there are 2 types of body symmetry is there. A slight difference is here it is around. That is body parts which are arranged around the central axis. That is each and every body having a central line, that is called as central axis. Along the central axis, that is a circular arrangement of body parts, that is called as radial symmetry. Okay, clear? I will give you a clear example. That is a cut in the central axis in any direction divides the body into similar halves. Okay, that is a cut. When we cut those animals in any direction, either in a cross section or in a multiplication cut, the body gives 2 equal halves. Okay, that is called as radial symmetry. I will explain it with a diagram. Okay, then you will be clear. First we see the definition and example. After that I will explain you with the diagram. Okay, for this radial symmetry, there are 3 common examples. First one is hydra. That is, this hydra comes under the phylum Coelenterata. Then second one, jellyfish, it comes under Cnidaria. Then starfish, that is the Echinodermata, it comes under the phylum Echinodermata. So it is clear that is the animals having the radial symmetry are included in the phylum Coelenterata, Cnidaria and Echinodermata. In between this Cnidaria and Echinodermata, there are some phyla present. No, even that phyla also having this type of symmetry, that is the radial symmetry. Then coming to bilateral symmetry. What is mean by bilateral symmetry? Here the body parts arranged along the central axis. Here what we see? Arranged around. What there? It is along the central axis. That is a central line. On the either sides of the central line, the body parts are arranged parallelly through the central line. That is the difference between radial and bilateral symmetry. Okay, clear? That is the body parts are arranged along the central axis. That is the one important term, that is along the central axis. Okay. Now what will happen when we cut this bilateral symmetry animal or organism? That is the animals cut through the central axis through a vertical plane. Then only it will give both right and left half. That is a single cut only divides the animal into right and left half. It is included in bilateral symmetry. What is mean by bi? Bi means 2. That is a single cut divides the body into 2. It is called as bilateral symmetry. A very good example for this is frog. That is example, the frog is in the phylum Chordata. All the chordate animals are included in this bilateral symmetry. That is organisms whose body is divided into right half and the left half are included in the phylum Chordata. Okay, clear? Look at this picture, ma. This is a very good example for body symmetry. First we see the radial symmetry, no? For the radial symmetry, I will tell that example for radial symmetry is Hydra. This is Hydra. Then second one, bilateral symmetry. Example I give you frog and all chordates. Even tortoise is also a chordate. So I will give example for that is tortoise. Okay. Okay, I will explain it with the diagram. Then you will be clear. That is radial symmetry. What it happened means this is the central axis of the body. This is central axis of the body. Then now we are cutting the Hydra into a straight line through the central axis. We can get two equal halves. If suppose we are cutting the Hydra into like a straight line like this, then we can get two equal parts. Now we are cutting the Hydra like this. Okay, we can get equal half. Then this crossly we are cutting, then we can get equal halves. I will give you another example. You are taking a vegetable, that is tomato. At what angle, at any angle you cut the tomato, it will be gives equal halves, because that is the body organs are arranged in the central axis. Okay. Better you take a tomato and cut it in your home. Then it will be clear for you, I think so. Okay. Clear, ma? Then Hydra is a very good example for what symmetry, ma? This is a radial symmetry. Then coming to bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means that is the body cut through the central axis only. It gives right and left half. Here, for example, tortoise, we are cutting through the only this central axis. Okay, this is the dorsal side, it is ventral side. Here we are cutting, a cut is passed through the central axis. It divides the body into right half and the left half. So this is the example for bilateral symmetry. When we cut an organism through the central axis, its body divided into two equal halves is called bilateral symmetry. For example, when we take us, even we are also example for chordates, no? And we are also having what type of symmetry? Bilateral symmetry. When we cut our body from top to bottom in a straight line, we are having a left half and the right half. That is two equal halves, left half and right halves. Okay? That is an example for bilateral symmetry. Up to this, symmetry will be over. Are you clear? That is, we had seen two types of symmetry with example. Next we are going to see the germ layers. Third one, it is called as germ layers. What is mean by germ layers? That is layers formed during the development of an embryo. We all know that we are developed from an embryo. A small structure, after fertilization, it will develop into an embryo. This embryo gives rise to an adult. We know that. Okay, like this, during the development of an embryo, a three coat will be formed. What are the three coats? That is the ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. An embryo having three layers, that is three coat around us. That is the ectoderm, outer layer. Outer layer we call it as ectoderm, middle layer mesoderm, inner layer endoderm. These three layers which surrounds the embryo are called as germ layers, that is which is present in the embryo. The embryo having three layers, that is called as ectoderm, outer layer, mesoderm, middle layer, endoderm, inner layer. These three layers are collectively called as germ layers. Now we are going to see what are all the layers, how based on these layers the animals are classified. Instead of mesoderm, here mesoglia, that is it is actually not a layer, it is a jelly like structure, so it is called as mesoglia. Okay, diploblastic animal having only two layers. Instead of third layer mesoderm, it is having a mesoglia, a jelly like structure. Okay, that is diploblastic means animals having only two layered structure, that is called as diploblastic. Then coming to triploblastic, that is a three layered, that is the organism having three layers, that is ectoderm, Ectoderm, it is the outer layer. Mesoderm, which is the middle layer, and endoderm, which is the inner layer. Okay, va? Triploplastic means, what is meant by tri means 3. Organism having 3 layers included in triploplastic organisms. Organism having 2 layers included in diploplastic. Okay, clear? Okay, va? I will give you an example for diploplastic. Diploplastic, we had seen an example, that is Hydra. Where we see the example Hydra? In the body symmetry we had seen. For radial symmetry we had seen the example Hydra. Here for diploplastic also a very good example is Hydra. Hydra having only ectoderm, endoderm. The middle layer is mesoglia, that is a fluid filled space, that is the mesoglia. Okay, va? Then coming to triploplastic, example for triploplastic is mammals, chordates. Chordates are very good example for triploplastic, that is having 3 layers. Okay, va? Clear ma? Up to this germ layer you will be clear, I think so. Then coming to last one, coelom. Coelom, what is meant by coelom? It is a space between the body wall and the digestive tract. There will be a fluid filled cavity present, that is called as coelom. Clearly understood, that is a space between the body wall, that is body wall, and the digestive tract. In between there will be a space. This space is filled with some fluid, that is called as coelom. Okay, va? These cavities located within the mesoderm. Where this cavity is present? In the middle, mesoderm. We see it 3 layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Where the coelom present? Only present in the mesoderm. Okay, where the coelom is present only in the mesoderm. Okay, da, let us see, that is based on the nature of the coelom, animals are divided into 3. Okay, based on the nature of the coelom, animals are divided into 3. What are they? Acoelomate, pseudocoelomate and coelomate or eucoelomate. Okay, va? Then first one, what is mean by acoelomate? That is, acoelomate means absence of coelom. Organism whose body not having any body cavity is called as acoelomate. For example, tapeworm. In tapeworm belongs to the phylum Platyhelminthes. That is phylum Platyhelminthes having an acoelomate body. Clear? Then coming to second one, pseudocoelomate. That is, pseudo means false, having a false body cavity or false coelom. For example, roundworm. This roundworm includes in the phylum, which phylum? It is Aschelminthes. Okay, va? That is all the animals included in the phylum Aschelminthes or pseudocoelomate animal. They are having a false body cavity. Then coming to third one, coelomate or eucoelomate animals. Coelomate, that is a true coelom, animal having a true coelom is included in this eucoelomate. For example, earthworm and frog. These two comes under the phylum Chordata. Okay, va? All chordate animal having a true coelom, that is coelomate or eucoelomate animals. That is chordate having coelomate or eucoelomate body. Okay, va? Let us see with the clean, neat diagram. First one, acoelomate. A means absence of coelom or body cavity. Here there is no body cavity. How we can find it? That is, this is the ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, and this is the digestive tract. There will be no space. So, absence or cavity or space. So, it is called as acoelomate. Okay, va? It is the outer layer, and in between the outer layer and digestive tract there will be a space. Here no space. So, it is called acoelomate. It explains acoelomate. Then coming to second one, pseudocoelomate. What is meant by pseudo? That is false. Pseudo means false coelom. Here look at this picture. What is it? Look at this diagram. Here this is the outer ectoderm, mesoderm. This mesoderm having a space. Okay, the mesoderm having some space. Here this is the endoderm, this is the gut cavity. So there will be some space in the mesoderm. This is called as false coelom. This is called as false coelom. Here the coelom is not complete. Here the mesoderm is merged with the coelom. So it is called as pseudocoelomate. Then coming to third one, it is eucoelomate. Eucoelomate is otherwise called as coelomate. That is animal having a true coelom. That is ectoderm, mesoderm, there will be a true coelom. Here the layer of mesoderm continues and here this is the endoderm. This type of cavity, that is space between the digestive tract and the body wall, there will be a space. This is the true coelom which is present only in chordate animals. Okay, you are clear? That is acoelomate having no coelom or body cavity, pseudocoelomate having a false body cavity, then eucoelomate having a true body cavity. Coelomate, it will be over. Then this again animal kingdom based on the presence or absence of notochord. What's made notochord? Notochord or backbone. Based on the presence or absence of backbone, this animal kingdom is divided into invertebrata, chordata. It is invertebrata and chordata. Invertebrata, what is meant by invertebrata? That is the animals who does not having this notochord, do not possess notochord, that is not having the backbone, included in invertebrates, included in phylum invertebrates. Then second one, chordata or prochordata and vertebrata, that is animal possesses notochord or backbone, include in this chordata or prochordata or vertebrata. Okay, those animals having backbone are included in chordata. Okay, clear? Okay ma, up to this the class will be over. Thank you.